talking about the Group of 78's origins, and I was at the point where I was going to introduce someone who was so fundamentally important to the Group of 78 that I'm sure we wouldn't exist if it weren't for his efforts. I'm talking, of course, about Murray Thomson, who is with us tonight. Murray, who is now in his 96th year, was the founder of many organizations, including the Group of 78, many dedicated to peace building. He was also an executive director of CUSO, and he's an officer of the Order of Canada. Please welcome Murray Thomson.
Thank you. Roy asked me to say how it began. That is the Group of 78. What are the bare bones? I'll try to indicate in a very few minutes. It was just before Christmas in 1979 that I received a phone call from King Gordon, who was very agitated because the Soviets had just invaded Afghanistan. Earlier, NATO had installed Pershing II missiles in Eastern Europe, and the specter of nuclear war was large. Every time the king said it was past time that Canada had a foreign policy which stressed disarmament, real disarmament, not further preparations for nuclear war. He wanted some immediate action. I agreed, and I contacted Greg Wyrick, who was then the head of the United Nations Association of Canada. A few of us got together, but nothing much happened until later. 30 came together at Andy Bruin's home to do two things: agree on a statement to the Prime Minister and select a larger, more representative group. We each came up with a lot of names, seeking wide representation in Canada by writing names on the backs of envelopes or notebooks until we had 77. So we said, let's call it the Group of 77. But the world already has a Group of 77, somebody said. We needed one more name. So we added Richard Harmston. And at a press conference, the Chartier Hotel in Hull, we became the Group of 78. The statement to Trudeau, largely written by King Gordon, stressed three objectives. One, a stronger emphasis on nuclear disarmament. Two, major increase in international development. And three, strengthening the UN and its agencies, particularly human rights. While we waited several months for Trudeau's response, King and I acted as co-chairs. Trudeau's response didn't fully respond to our call, and so, my friends, la lutte continua.